If you ever did a really bad impression of Grantham for your video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Guys, my name is Jenna Ortega. Guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a really nice rifle here today. This is our Henry in 4570, but what we really want to talk about today is the history and kind of some fun facts about the 4570 cartridge as a whole, because it has a very interesting history, originally starting as a black powder cartridge and then moving into eventually becoming these big old boys you see here. The 4570 government cartridge was developed by the US Army through the Springfield Armory around the year 1873. It was a replacement for the 5070 cartridge that was commonly used at the time. The 4570 had a smaller projectile, which allowed it to have better ballistics, better range, more accuracy over distance, and kind of paved the way for rifle technology moving forward. Now, while the cartridge went on to be used in a variety of rifles, such as the lever action you saw earlier in this video, as well as even early Gatling guns, the first rifle it was developed for was actually the Springfield trapdoor rifle, and I'll throw a picture up here for you to see. Kind of an interesting name for a cartridge, 4570. Not really something that sounds like what we're used to, like your 9mm, your 10mm, 45 ACP. Maybe the numbers are kind of similar, but where do we get that nomenclature from? Back when all of the rifles and handguns were shooting black powder, they would designate the name of the cartridge based off of three things: your caliber of the projectile in a decimal inch, so like 50 caliber is 0.50, 45 caliber is 0.45, the charge of black powder by volume in grains, and then the weight of the projectile that it was firing. So the full name for the 4570 cartridge would have been 4570-405, 45 caliber bullet, 70 grains of powder, 405 grain projectile.
I have a target out here. If you can see that little guy all the way out there, orange target with a little yellow piece of paper in the middle there. And that target's about maybe 120 yards out. Now this rifle is pretty accurate at around that range, between 100 and 200 yards is probably what you want to like shoot it at. Let's see if we can hit that thing all the way out there. Nice. There we go. During the Sandy Hook tests of 1879, the new cartridge for the 4570, the 4570-500, was created, which was a much heavier bullet, having increased penetrating capabilities and also increased range. At 3,500 yards, the 4570-500 was able to penetrate 3 1-inch thick oak boards. However, the round would impact the target at about a 30-degree angle.
She dropped that round on me from an gregarious angle. Same target out there at 100 yards. Let's see how this thing feels. Yeah, it's a very smooth recoil impulse. It's like a Mosin, but it kicks longer, if that makes any sense. But I like that. That's pretty cool.
Fun little fact about this rifle is this tube magazine here holds 5 plus 1 in the chamber. However, this bandolier holds 30 rounds here on the body for you California cowboys out there. Yeehaw. So I picked up this rifle because I wanted a weapon system that was more of a classic style weapon system. I could get in touch with the roots of the American West and the history of the United States there really isn't anything quite like the old large caliber rifles, especially the repeaters that you saw back then in that day. So I really wanted to just get one of these classic rifles that had just ground shaking firepower to it, and that's really the reason why I got this rifle. I'm a big fan of repeating rifles now. I didn't know much before I bought this weapon and researched into it, and before we made this video, and this has really helped me to not only understand the weapon system, but to really appreciate it and appreciate the role it played in our history in this country. Oopsies. Ooh, Lord. Looks like he doesn't have quite enough pistol to reach me at this range. Let's fix that. There wasn't quite any dust pickup from that. And I think that's okay, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Did you have it in a lever action?
Casualties of war.